Hey man, it's Barry Allen here with Ego Pro Wrestling. We want to talk about Fire It Up! The next week's show from Ego Pro Wrestling happening April 22nd, only at the Athens National Guard Armory. We probably should have had these updates up a couple weeks ago, but you know, life is crazy sometimes. The contracts have been signed for at least the upper card of the show, but today we want to take a look at some of the clips from the last show from March 11th that was called Marcho Madness. We're going to take a look at some of the matches from there and get some of the updates there, and then we will hear some comments, we'll see some people, we'll find out about some matches that happened, and we'll go from there. Are you guys ready? Let's do this thing, right? The first run out, the first match was supposed to be Jake Murphy versus John Bivens. Bivens had called just previous to the show starting and said that he had a flat tire and he couldn't get to the show, at least right then and there. And so I came out and said, you know what, we don't have nights off for people that are signed up. Sorry about your luck. Here's a new opponent, Skunk Rocker. Jake Murphy, Skunk Rocker have been having an epic feud down in the Chattanooga area, down at TWE's Crash Course Mondays, or Crash Collision. I don't know. Somebody correct me there. Crash something at TWE on Mondays, featuring a lot of their up-and-coming talent that are training down there. You see Jake pretty well had everything under control. He pitches Skunk Rocker out to the outside. California's out there. Whole bunch of them. They're just beating up on the poor guy. Look at this. Like Jake Murphy needed any help. He's got everything well under control. You see here he's got him in a nice little chin lock, and then there's it's like a sharpshooter type maneuver. Skunk Rocker gets over the ropes. He's showing a little bit of fire. He's showing a little bit of pizzazz, and then he gets caught with the kitchen sink. Jake Murphy showing that his brain is in his head. Skunk Rocker coming back here with big paws of fury, going crazy. He's really hammering out. Smart man, he's going for the pin. Anytime you can try to get the pin, but ooh, this is a little bit of a kick sandwich for you. There's that epic headbutt from the top rope that everybody knows Jake is proficient at, but tonight he dived into a pool with no water. Skunk Rocker firing back up. He's good with that. He does a jig. He runs over. Boom! Gets him with a big hip check into a bulldog. He's going for the thing. He's doing the thing, and he gets tripped up. He's confused. He's disoriented. Jake Murphy waiting for him. Boom! Kicks him right in the mush there. The DDT, and everybody knows you don't kick out of the Jake Murphy DDT. 1, 2, 3. Jake Murphy, big winner here. First match at Marcho Madness. You see Wolfman there telling him, you didn't have to do that. You had him beat. Jake Murphy showing the ultimate disrespect by mimicking that.
Boys and girls, because you're going to be seeing California win a lot more tonight.
We'll see. We'll see about that, Jake. We'll see. They've gone back to the locker room there. They're big winners. Big winners. And the second match coming up now. You see here, Eddie Adams, the Alpha, the Omega. He's taking on Josh Locke. And we knew that this was going to be a really big match when we signed it up for last month's Marcho Madness card. Josh Locke, he is a new competitor in the area, very gifted in the ring, and quite frankly, after watching him after his first appearance at Ego Pro, we kind of thought that he reminded us a little bit of Eddie Adams when Eddie Adams first got into the world of professional wrestling. And you see here, Eddie Adams had good care taken of Josh Locke. Josh Locke reverses He's got the wrist lock there. Some nice back and forth. Eddie Adams showing that he has been around the block once, maybe twice before. A couple big back elbows. Spins him back over in a headlock takeover. Working him around. But look at this right here. Josh Locke showing some amazing counters. Getting Eddie Adams back in that headlock. Runs up the ropes. Doesn't let go of it. Eddie Adams really trying to get it. But then this happened here. Let's be quiet for it. That one wasn't even the worst one yet, but this one is right here, ladies and gentlemen. Listen up close. Like some stank on that. Josh Locke coming back. Big flying elbow smash there. Putting him over with a snapmare and a big knee to the face. Josh Locke showing that you can hit him with those chops as hard as Eddie Adams can, but big German suplex. 1, 2, and that's not going to be enough. Not tonight. Josh Locke showing a lot of resilience here with Eddie Adams. And Eddie's hitting hard. And Josh Locke's kind of staying right there with him. And this is way impressive. We expected this was going to be an amazing match. We didn't think it was going to be quite this close. Another big running forearm smash. Comes up with a big knee to the mush there, and a big belly-to-belly suplex. 1, 2, he can't get the 3. And he's very frustrated right there. Look at him. You see him. Big kick. That puts Eddie Adams out. Eddie Adams is on the floor, and he is in trouble right now, ladies and gentlemen. He is in a lot of trouble. It would be very, very bad for him to have come all this way. This match with a rookie kid. Big insecurity, step up insecurity once he got back in the ring. And it's another 2 count. He goes up. He's going up for the big dive. What will Eddie Adams do though? And this is where the time in shows. Eddie knows where he's at. He sees him up there, thinking quick. Boom. Catches him with that patented big kick of his. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. The vet pulls it out one more time. Eddie Adams with a 3 count over Josh Locke. To me, that was a lot closer than it probably should have been. But we don't measure the mileage in the record books. It's just a W or an L, and Eddie Adams walked out March 11th with the big W. Really shake his hand, though. Really shake his hand. He says, "Not today, sir. Not today. Not today." You heard it there. No rematch. No handshake. None of that. Eddie Adams, the winner of the match. A bit closer than he probably would have liked it, though. The team of California's Pit Bulls, Casey Owens and Carson Dilbeck, teaming up against the reunited team, Donnie Uptown, Smiley. They're coming out, they're showing off their best dance moves, but can they still get it done in the ring? We're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. It gets off to a hot start. 2 teams. If you were at the January show, you saw the blatant disrespect shown. Smiley and Uptown were just trying to have a match to settle things with themselves, between themselves. Dilbeck and Owens came in at the end of that one, messed everything up, and right now they're paying for it. You see Donnie Uptown, that big crossbody to the outside. He's showing off. He came to show out and show off. Big double drop kick. Shades of the Rock and Roll Express there. Casey Owens, though, he There's a couple of really good shots there to Donnie Uptown. He throws him back in the ring. Does a little sliding maneuver. And I believe he may have flicked Smiley on the shin as he came in. I'm not sure. He puts him back in the corner here. And some excellent double team maneuvers. And I'm not sure what they call that. I'm going to have to check in on it. I call it effective. And they pitch Donnie back to the outside, and here's where the witch, Cat Von Frankenstein, comes into play, putting those well-timed, very in-depth shots into the solar plexus area with her boot. Donnie Uptown gets back in. He's firing up. Big kick, and he's trying to get over to the corner. He is gassed out right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make the tag. Person maybe a little bit tired as well. Foot up in the air. I'm not sure why that's a thing. He's expelling energy just with his leg up. He gets the tag off. Here comes Smiley. Smiley's a house of fire. He's coming in. He's fired up. Big drop kick. He puts him in the corner, and the shoulder blocks into the corner there. Here he comes, head full of fire. And the big flip out of the corner. He's got this thing well in hand. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. No, sir. It's not going to be that easy. He hits him. This is a little bit later in the match here. They're going back and forth. Smiley's laying in the big ones with him. Boom, they hit their big move. I think there's a little bit of a timing issue there. What you didn't see was Cat Von Teese holding the leg of Donnie Uptown, preventing him from getting into the ring, pulling him down off the apron. Referee couldn't see it. I'm not really quite sure that the rabid pit bulls of California could have had that victory without Cat Von Frankenstein there. This is after the match. Let's listen in here. There's a little bit of resentment here. These guys, going into this one, they weren't exactly the best of friends, but they've had such a successful tag team in the past. Looks like they're going to be able to keep everything kosher. Smiley understands. Cat Von Frankenstein on the outside, and obviously they're good friends now. And oh no, they're not good friends. They're not good friends at all. Smiley took the well-timed shot there. I can't believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, it makes you wonder, was this just a ruse to get him in a spot? Or was he really hoping for the best? Was Smiley really hoping for the best out of this? And it didn't really work out quite the way he wanted it to. One thing's for sure, ladies and gentlemen, these two, this isn't the end of this story. Quite frankly, oh, big Mafia kick. Quite frankly, I gotta say, I don't know that was the worst that Smiley could have done there, but you see, it obviously did what it needed to do. It laid out Donnie Uptown. Donnie is going into slight convulsions in that Mafia kick. Smiley pretty happy with himself. Ladies and gentlemen, we had some quick words with Donnie Uptown. Let's get to it right here.
You know what, Smiley? This is the second time. I tried to trust you, and I tried to be a tag team partner, and I tried to help you out. But tonight, you just showed me that you can't be trusted. So you know what? It's okay. Contracts can be signed. April 22nd, a contract will be signed. You and me, Smiley, we're going one-on-one, and I guarantee you, I'm going to be the one walking out.
All right, big words from Donnie Uptown. We'll see where this one goes. This one was a big fight we were looking forward to. You see the big gun, Jack Slater, coming out. And before he could even get to the ring, his opponent, Mickey Zero, from the back, he runs in. Flashing forward just a little bit, they get into a test of strength. Mickey Zero obviously starting to get a little shaky there, lands the big headbutt. These guys are fighting back and forth. This was pretty much what this match was, ladies and gentlemen. These guys were just punching each other in the face, hard as they could, back and forth. And then this happened. Shoots him into the corner, comes out, and big German suplex on. Yeah, let's take another look at that one from another angle. And boom! He was pretty proud of himself, but I think he kind of let his self get a little bit too conscious there. Turns right back into a Northern Lights suplex. 1, 2, no sir. Big Jack throws him out to the outside of the ring and turns into the Ultimate Warrior, shaking the ropes unmercifully. They go to the outside. They're fighting back and forth. This is the same thing that's been happening in this match, ladies and gentlemen. We cut out quite a bit of it. We're just going through the clips right now. But these two guys, literally for about 5, 6, 7 minutes, something like that, they just punched each other in the face over and over and over. Obviously, they're not paying attention to the count right here. You're about to see what's going to happen. And yep, there it is. These guys are going back and forth. Eventually, Jack ran off. They came back out. They're fighting some more. Eventually, the locker room came out to separate the two men. You see there, Southern Dynamite, who had to come back out to the ring and was interrupted. You see, Warren Sanders decided it was his time. Southern Dynamite came out for his match, and Sanders is telling him to just leave. Just get out of the ring. You see the big man, the Collector here. And they've got the hat. They're going to be doing a pull a name thing out of the hat. The Collector is telling, and just being rude, just being mean to Southern Dynamite. Dynamite, he understands the odds are not in his favor. Warren Sanders doing what he does best. He's talking a lot of jive, saying he can beat anybody. What we're not seeing here is he would pull a name out of the hat and the music would play, but the person with the music would not come out. First it was John Cena, and then it was Hulk Hogan, so I guess he's got victories over those two. And eventually, Hairband decided to come out, make his return to Ego Pro Wrestling. First time since last year. And Warren Sanders was having none of it. Obviously, this was against his game plan in general. You hear it there. So we're going to have a match, I guess. And so many German suplexes on this night. Hairband is well in control of this one. And I think that might have been what Warren Sanders was afraid of. You see that referee there, Big Money Brock. Big Money Brock lost a lot of money at the first of the year and was suspended for his shenanigans at the anniversary show as a manager for 1 year. He apparently had applied for a referee's license, and he is now Warren Sanders' personal referee. Sanders back in control now. And what we'll see through the course of this match is the Collector's about 7'12", and Hairband has got a chair that he stood up on to look him eye to eye. Comes off that top rope with a big old axe handle. And, Sanders putting him on the ropes, throwing him to the outside of the ring. What you're going to see here is Brock conveniently turning his back when nonsense is happening. What kind of nonsense are we talking about? We're talking about this kind of nonsense. The Collector breaking backs, collecting stacks. That's what he says his motto is. He's certainly softening up Hairband here for his good buddy or possibly benefactor, Warren Sanders. And all right, we'll stand back. Don't worry, man. You can chill out for a minute, Collector. Here's Warren Sanders showing off his best dance moves. 1, 2. That's a very fast count from Big Money Brock. Like I said, what you're seeing from Brock is a lot of quick counts if it's to help out Warren Sanders. You see he's not even in position there. He doesn't care. If it was Hairband on the opposite side of that, though, he would take time to get in position. He count very slowly. So well-placed knees right here in the corner. Well, what we're going to see, Collector, he sees that Southern Dynamite has come back out. He comes over and catches a kick to the midsection, possibly a little bit south of the midsection on the Collector. That'll definitely take the big man down a step. He's all over him. He's working him over. In the meantime, Sanders goes over to check what's going on. Hairband goes in, pushes him out of the way. He hits Brock, knocks Brock out of the way. Wolfman runs in, gets the quick count. 1, 2, 3, and here we think Hairband is the champion, but bad news for Hairband. We're going to go to it right here. Hairband and Southern Dynamite, they could be a new tag team. Who's to say? I don't know. But here's that bad news. Warren Sanders coming up here. According to Big Money Brock, still the Super Media champion. That right there and gets pulled away by Big Money Brock. We are trying to figure out exactly what the rules are on this belt. It seems like there is a revolving door of rules around Warren Sanders and his championship. And after a quick intermission, we're back here. We see Cat Von Frankenstein coming to the ring once again. With a charge, Big Easy. He totally doesn't like that. You see Tiger and Asmo Jack coming out to the ring. And this match started off with Tiger not understanding why. Saying, Easy, we're friends. We don't fight. We're friends. I don't know why I've offended you. I don't know what I've done, but we're friends. I don't want to fight you. And Easy's having none of it. Easy is a very angry young man. And just a big elbow. And he's trying to rip the mask from Tiger's face. Tiger with a big kick right there to the face. Goes up for a second one, and puts Easy down again, but he's gone to the well too many times. He goes up, Easy just pushed him off and then splash, and he's landing in the choke. He's punching him right in the face. Easy is obviously not friends with Tiger Kid anymore. Tiger doesn't understand it, but I think at this point Tiger has understood, like, this is not going to be pretty if I try to be his friend. There's the big kick. This is much later in the match. You see here, the girls get in the ring, and if I may, big fight happening. And here it comes. Here's the takedown. Asmo has had enough. She's mounted Kat. She's punching her in the face repeatedly. She's doing what everyone in the crowd wants to see her do. She's doing what everyone in the crowd wants to do. This is beat the brakes off of Kat Von Frankenstein. You see Easy gets his paws on Asmo. The only thing to do, Tiger believes, is hit him with the chair. Let's get another look at that one. And bonk. It didn't quite take him off his feet, but it put him down to the knee. There's the big shining wizard from Tiger Kid. Tiger Kid said, let's get the heck out of here, Asmo. Let's go back to the back. Let's run. And that, quite frankly, could be the smartest thing. As you see, Big Easy just sets up and starts laughing like a crazy person. I think this even caught Kat off guard, who just took a pretty good beating. Sure, she was selling the eye, selling the nose. He took some good shots to the face. Here we are, main event time. We're not going to go into this one super hardcore. We are saving this one for a full-length feature coming up on an episode of Ego TV. And we have already seen the ending of it. If you watch the update with the main event announcement, Andrew Thomas, Cameron Cox, they're out here in the ring. They've got Valeska with them, and they've brought in Andrew Thomas, his good friend and hired henchman, Bruiser Bob. And Bob is a mean man. Got that chain swinging around, but they're taking on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Young Bloods. And there's not really a whole lot that I need to say about the Young Bloods. It hasn't been said a million times. If you've followed Ego Pro at all, you know who they are. You know their reputation. You know they've been around. They've won all the accolades. You know they've done all the things. And here they are. Spoonie Mac, Black Diamond, Cameron Martinez, and they call him Big O, Octavius Black. There's that patented Young Bloods pose that they do. This one started off between Cam Martinez, the Black Diamond, and Andrew Thomas, Mr. Perfection himself. Ladies and gentlemen, we couldn't have had a better restart to the match that was absolutely amazing last time. You see Cameron pulling out the little tuft of hair there on the top of the Perfect One's head. Some classic back and forth action here. Cam Martinez showing that he had taken some time off, but obviously showing no signs of ring rust whatsoever. Makes the tag off to Spoonie Mac. Andrew Thomas smartly grabs out and just runs. Makes the tag off to Cam Cox, who signed up for the Spoonie Mac buffet platter, which features all-you-can-eat kicks. He gets out of there. Big O gets tagged in the meantime. Cox tags Bruiser Bob. Bruiser Bob comes in. And not a whole lot of people would do this. He's laying some talk down on the big man. Big man says, go ahead, I'll give you a free shot. And that was not the kind of shot you take when Octavius Black gives you a free shot. Here's Bob, thinks he's done something big here. And he's going to give him one back. Oh, no, he's not. He's smart. See, there's where his brain is. It's right here in his head. And big chops to the chest. Oh! Maybe he's a little bit smarter than we gave credit for. He just went right to the eyes. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, if a man can't see, he can't fight. Let's put Big O in the corner. Big O reverses it, follows him in, and big kick right to the mush. We fast forward to way later in the match. This is pretty much what they were doing for most of the match. They cut the ring basically in half. They kept Cam Martinez in there for quite some time, worked him over. A little bit of cheating going on from Andrew Thomas. Tags in the Bruiser. And Bob showing why he's getting paid those henchman dollars. Nice big European. Eventually, Spoonie Mac got tagged in, and guess what? They did the same thing to him. They cut the ring in half. They worked him over, too. They got him drained out pretty good. But it wasn't quite good enough. There's a big cutter from Spoonie Mac out of nowhere, as the kids say today. Octavius Black eventually comes in, and there's a three-way, a super kick party. Boy, howdy, I hate that. Cam Martinez flying out of the ring onto the three. And this is where things went a little crazy, a little wacky. A little bit of an outside brawl. This is where having knowledge of the building, knowing about a few things, comes in handy. You see the young bloods, Andrew Thomas and Bruiser, going to the outside. They're fighting. They're literally going to the outside. What you're not seeing right now is everybody knows that door locks behind itself. They pitched Andrew Thomas and the Bruiser to the outside and shut the door. They're locked out. You come back in. Where the two Cams were battling it out. You see Spoonie and O going over to the other side there. These two trying to have a battle of contendership here. Martinez throws Cox in. Cox goes to the outside thinking that he's escaped trouble, but he ran right into the waiting arms of Octavius. At this point, Andrew and the Bruiser are locked out. Valeska's over. She's figured out how to open the door, but they didn't quite make it back to the ring in time to break up the pin. And we have a victory for the Young Bloods. This didn't sit very well with Andrew Thomas, and if you've seen the main event announcement, you know Andrew Thomas has Got the big man, he calls him. A lot of people in the area call him the Bloodbath Behemoth. If you've been around for a minute, you may know him as the Strong Style Psycho. April 22nd. Fire it up, they're calling it. April 22nd, National Guard Armory, Athens, Tennessee. Octavius Black takes on Tank. Going to be bringing the Reverend with him. That one is sure to be a big one. We're going to have to specially reinforce the ring for Black and Tank. And I will tell you this, that is a match that a lot of people are looking forward to. You don't want to miss your opportunity to see this match. It's happening. Fire it up, April 22nd. National Guard Armory, Athens, Tennessee. Let's talk about the rest of the card. Now, what you haven't seen, we're showing you a little bit of footage right here, is a special meeting between Jake Murphy and Andrew Thomas. They've come together because, and we got a clip here, as you know, President Jack Tunney, he has made a decree that there is not going to be any more of this paying people off to come in and hurt people, paying people off to do evil deeds and whatnot. And you see there, Andrew Thomas very sad about this because that's pretty much his motto. That's like his thing that he does. He likes to pay henchmen in this modern world that we live in. He likes henchmen. And the president has said no more of that. And we're getting word now that there is a special match being put together. We're hearing that it's a 5-on-5 elimination style match. Get ready for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you some of the particulars. On one side, you have Jake Murphy and Andrew Thomas teaming up. Now, who's the brains of that operation? Who's in charge? I bet they both think they both are. We're going to find out if these two guys can coexist. Andrew Thomas, Jake Murphy, both leaders of two big factions here at Ego Pro. Speaking of their factions, joining them on the team will be Casey Owens, Carson Dilbeck, and the Piss Boy himself, Cameron Cox. And that makes out a team of 5. Who's going to be in charge of this one? They say that they're co-captains. They say they're on the same page. Could it be possible those are two big egos? We got to check it out and see. But they're going to be taking on, and get this team, ladies and gentlemen, the Youngbloods. Of course, we got Octavius Black in that big main event. We also have Spoonie Mac and the Black Diamond Cameron Martinez. They'll be teaming up with John Bivens, coming in off of that suspicious activity. There's a little bit more to the story than we've been led to believe, and I think we're going to get to the bottom of it on April 22nd. Spoonie Mac, Cam Martinez, John Bivens, and their two partners making their Ego Pro debut. Nearly hometown girls. We're talking about the Blair sisters. We're talking about Lizzie and Peyton. They're coming in to be their first time at Ego Pro. They're just from right up the road a little bit. But we're going to see what they got. We're going to see what they can do. And I don't know. This is going to be for sure a weird thing, but we're going to see how it goes. 5-on-5 eliminator. Let's talk about the other big one that we've got signed up as well on the upper card. You saw all of the action go down between Big Easy and Tiger Kid, and of course Asmo and Cat Von Frankenstein. We saw all that. We saw all the action going down between Mickey Zero and Big Gun Jack Slater. What if we put Tiger and Slater on a team against, ladies and gentlemen, Big Easy, Mickey Zero? The ladies are on the outside. Explosions could happen. Craziness is, in fact, definitely going to ensue. How crazy is it going to get? I don't know. You got to be there to check it out. We had a big locker room interaction between Slater and Mickey Zero. We had We had Kat Von Frankenstein putting Easy in a little box. Like, I don't know. We had Tiger and Asmo talking it out, trying to figure out what they were going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, the teams are going to come together. You know those girls are going to find each other. They're going to fight again. It's impossible at this point for us to keep them apart. We can just hope that they don't steal the show. Also appearing on the card but haven't quite had their contracts completely put together yet, in no particular order, Eddie Adams coming off that big victory with Josh Locke. I shouldn't say big. It should have been a lot easier for Eddie Adams, but I got a feeling that now he's got something to prove. And we don't know who he's taking on, but boy howdy, I wouldn't want to be in that person's shoes, because when Eddie Adams is angry, Eddie Adams will punch a hole through a wall or suplex it over his head or something. Also on the card, Donnie Uptown. We heard from him earlier. He's looking to get his hands on Smiley. We don't know if that contract's going to be approved. We don't know if Smiley's going to sign that contract. We don't know if he's going to tail him around a little bit, or if he just wants to go ahead and get it over with and get Donnie Uptown out of his life. But Donnie Uptown, of course, going to be there. Smiley, of course, going to be there. Also making his return is Skunk Rocker, everybody's favorite furry music enthusiast. Skunk Rocker will be back and raising his tail and spreading some stink, and I don't know whatever else I could come up with for fun euphemisms for a guy that calls himself Skunk. Also making an appearance is to be Southern Dynamite. Hopefully he won't be shooed from the ring this time. If the Collector knows what's good for him, he won't try to make a fool of him, and he might catch another kick to the lower nether regions, and then several good right hands from Southern Dynamite. They say that Dynamite also comes in small packages, and I believe that Southern Dynamite may have a keg of Dynamite ready for the Collector. Speaking of the Collector will be there with Big Money Brock, and of course with the Reason, Warren Sanders. Warren Sanders looking to defend not only the Super Media title, but we understand that he may have won at least 3 other belts since March 11th, and we're kind of looking to see what those look like, and if he's going to have help carrying them out. Also on the card, Josh Locke makes his return. I think he would love to get a rematch with Eddie Adams. I'm not sure Eddie Adams wants to give him that match. I think Eddie Adams realizes how close that one was. I don't know if he wants to do battle with him again, but who knows? We could see it. We could see Josh Locke and Eddie Adams Part 2, and trust me, if that one's on the card, you don't want to miss it. And last but not least, Hairband will be there at the show. I think he's wanting to get his hands on Warren Sanders. I don't think Warren Sanders wants any bit of that action, but I will tell you this right now, if that one goes down, I can predict possibly a title change, as long as Warren Sanders doesn't change the rules one more time right there if he wins, or if he loses the belt rather. And of course he'll have Big Money Brock in his corner. We may have some other new challengers on the show as well. If you realize here, we do have an odd number of people. We have a couple of new guys that are coming in, looking to get their foot in the door at Ego Pro. As always, you may see someone make their debut, and it may be the next big star. You don't want to miss them. Ladies and gentlemen, the card is there. We are looking at a big show, April 22nd. That's just this Saturday night. We are under a week away, ladies and gentlemen. This Saturday night, April 22nd. Fire it up! Athens National Guard Armory. You don't want to miss it. Want you to be there. The show starts at 7:45. The doors open at 6:45. All tickets $10. And we will see you at the show. Ego Pro Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. April 22nd, Athens, Tennessee, National Guard Armory. Fire it up!